Hey guys, welcome back. And so today we got a 2024 Ioniq 6. This is a brand new car. You just did a PDI on this, but this is a delivery. So one of our advisors is telling me that the vehicle won't charge or won't take the charge from the wall, or I don't know if they tried the charger that comes with the vehicle. So before I do anything, I'm just gonna perform a full system check. Not full, but just what's related to the elect charging or the EV battery. So I think that's about it there. So let's see if we have codes. If not, what I'm gonna do next is use the charger that comes with the vehicle and also inspect the pin connections there, because I had one before, a Kona. He customer also complained that it won't take the charge, but one of the pins was bent. So here we have codes here: batch charger, coupler, lock, control circuit performance. Okay, that can cause for not charging if the coupler is not locking. Okay, that's good. Let's go to DTC. First frame not supported. Okay, I'm just gonna save that, and then we're gonna go to our data analysis. Go to VCMS and let's see our lock actuator there. Shell CMS. Just gonna click some data PIDs here. Easy charging. And more charging. Charging connector status. PID. Charging or close. Auto lock, inlet, auto lock, unlock mode. Inlet lock charge. Okay. So there's some lock data here. So I'm just gonna click all this stuff here. Okay, I guess let's see. And then let's just check our our charging port there. Alright guys, so we're now on this charging door here. Looks like my pins there for level 1 and level 2 charging. The pins are okay. So it's kind of dark, can't see anything. So I have my charger here that comes with a vehicle. So I think that's 6 there, 6 amps. And then my scan tool there. Let's put this scan tool here. So what we're looking is this inlet lock charge status request and inlet lock actuator sensing, right? It shows they're all unlocked. So I'm gonna push this in. I can hear that it's locking and unlocking. It says our charging stop, right? And doesn't do anything at all. Let me just remove this again. Because if it charges, once it charges, you can remove this, right? So I'm gonna try again. It shows here now, not AC charging, right? And our charger here, we got an error too, fault E2. So, and I doesn't do anything. So we have a fault E2 right now. I'm gonna try that again. I'm gonna unplug this guy here. Oh, there's still a fault there. Okay. So right now on our status there, AC charging state, not charging. Charging status open. What else do we have? And this guy's here, unlock, unlock. And earlier, I was trying to lock. So I'm gonna plug this guy in again. It says there, lock request, and it unlocks right away. It doesn't do anything. It shows here AC charging, but the same thing. We got a fault on our charger. So we're gonna go to our service information, what this E2 means, right? Okay, so we're here on our service information. I'm on the ICCB, which is in-cable control box. So that's what it calls. Earlier, we're in charge level 6 amps. So we got our E2 warning light. So we're gonna look for E2 fault. What's E2? Okay, so we have here on our fault or indicator. Here is E1. There's an E1. We got an E2, right? And it says here in the description that leakage current failure, power green on, fault red blink. After disconnecting and reconnecting power plug, press and release the button 2 seconds or longer to clear the code. Okay, that doesn't help at all. Let's go troubleshooting. E2, leakage, current leakage. That's the E2. So something is leaking. That's not good. That is not good. Error while charging. Error during self-diagnosis. E2. Current leakage. That's not good. So, okay, let's try this again. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna plug this back in here. Where's my scan tool? Saying that we have a current leakage. Okay. I'm gonna try to 10 amps. No, it doesn't do anything. Okay, let's scan this again. What's going on this? I don't know if that indicator here, see that green indicator there? I think that means that it's charging. Let me unplug that guy. Okay, so there's no green indicator there. When I unplug it, see there? There's no green indicator. I'm gonna plug this back in again. And we get that green indicator. But we have a fault on that charger. It says on the charger that we have a fault. Let me scan these codes again. Because um, if that charger will say that it has an error code 2, and the error code 2 says current leakage, of course it will not charge at all, just in case. So I'm just gonna let this scan tool scan all the system. Earlier we just were scanning the EV stuff or the high voltage stuff. So I'm gonna go through all the modules and let's come back. Okay, so I just left our charger there. It says here on our car vehicle charging stop, check the charger for issues, and I'm done with our scan. Full system scan. The history here, rear door lamp, link communication, and battery charger coupler control circuit. Okay, I'm just gonna go through with this. Okay, let me erase this all these codes here. I'm gonna go to our actuation test and go to VCMS, and let's see if we can actuate that lock actuator. Well, I heard the actuator locked though, so I don't know if something. Oh man, no actuation test. Come on. Oops. Let's see if we have an actuation test here. No. That's not good. Okay, it's not supported. Maybe the car is too new. Hi. Okay. Let me check something first, and let's come back. So before we go to our service information and check for that code that we had, um, this is the data list that from Hyundai head office asked us to do if we're dealing with a charging issue on any EV vehicle, right? So we got the AC charger current capability, charging status, connector, Charging discharging method, CP duty, CP frequency, CP voltage, VSE status, and the rest like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug this back in because I have to see. Oops. What we have here. So here AC, it shows AC here charging connected, but CP duty is 0%. Even the frequency is 0. Usually there's numbers in here, but we know that we have that fault with lock and unlock actuator, and we get a code. So while this is recording, because I need that to send to the head office, let's go to service information, and maybe I'll double check first that code. Maybe I don't need to do anything or to send this data, but we'll see. Okay, so I checked our wiring diagram. I think we're gonna check our actuator there for relay. For relay, we're gonna check our actuator for our lock, right? That's gonna be tomorrow because this is end of the day already. But I also saw on our service information that, let me just save this quick. Okay, and we can go to our management, software management there, and there's an option there for maybe to check that actuator. This guy here, inlet drive function. Let me see here. Inlet drive test for determining failure. Okay, so I'm gonna click that. Auxiliary battery charger, battery voltage normal, charging connector removal. Okay, let's see what we have here. So this function is determine the failure of the part through the inlet operation. Inlet lock, perform the lock operation of the inlet locking system. Inlet unlock to perform unlock. Oh, okay. So instead of we get used to do a actuation test, this is like the actuation test. Okay. So let's put this guy in. Okay. I'm gonna press inlet lock. Okay, that's lock. Yeah, that's lock. So you can see there, that's in lock position. And then I'm gonna go inlet unlock. Okay, so our actuator lock and unlock, that's working, right? So I wonder, let's see, I'm gonna unplug this guy here, and then oops, lock. Then I'm gonna inlet lock. I wonder if this is gonna start charging. Now usually this fault, it means it's coming for this guy, right? That's the diagnosis for this box. So I need to use a charger itself and see if it's our charger that's giving us this code, or the vehicle itself, right? So that's what I'm gonna do next. Alright guys, so we're here in the parking lot. We're gonna use our level 2 charger in this. So I'm just gonna tap this guy here. Okay, already. My current data here. I'm gonna plug that in. Okay, so everything works. ABC chargers not ready. CP voltage 9.1. Connected. On. So I can still remove this guy here, right? And you're not supposed to be you can't remove that when it's charging. And in our charger it says there's system failure. I'm gonna try another charger here. Okay, plug into the connector. Plug this guy in. Basic charging. It says ready here and it shows not ready. And same thing on our charger now, it says system failure. Okay guys, so um, earlier off the camera, so what I did was I just checked and did a visual inspection underneath the vehicle. um, I don't see any signs out of ordinary there, so um, I know if we have an ICCU fault or the fuse, I should have battery light on there on our cluster, but anyway, I just check it again just to double check that everything is covered. My bases, so the fuse is good for the ICCU. There's no codes again in the system, so I think we're dealing with a charger with this one. But I open a tech line because this is too new to have this type of problem. We just did a pre-delivery inspection on this and still, you know. So I'm waiting for the response and we'll get back what they will say. I did my best to relay all the information that I did, and we'll see what they will say if we need to replace the charger because there's no codes at all, right? And we know when we actuate that locking mechanism for the charger or the port, it's working, right? So I don't think, even though we had a code for a performance circuit code for the actuator, it's working normally. So, and we know that it's not the charger that comes with the vehicle because we tried the level 2 on our building and it shows there's system failure. So there's something going on with this vehicle. I don't know yet, um, especially this type of issue because there's no codes. And I can see on our data, yes, we can go quickly here. So this is the data that we collected when using the level 2 charger. Oops. Okay, so disconnected here. That's a charging connector status. Let me remove this guy. And then I connected that. See that? It's connected. But what I notice here, the CP duty CP frequency, there should be something in there. There you go. See that? Charging method is a basic AC, ready, PD voltage, power transfer type, AC. And then it's gonna, where's our, and it's not ready after that. And then I try to remove it, connect it again, remove, connect it again. And yeah, right. So I also um, did another recording for some data here. Let's go where it's connected. Where's that? Oops. Where's the charging connector? Hmm. AC charging status connected. Okay, so let me move this guy here. Disconnected. Okay, that's connected. Charging cycle or charging type ICCV. It shows the ICCV. Now, basic AC. I'm gonna go to our lock uh, actuator. Inlet auto lock mode says lock, right? Charging start, and then it's gonna unlock, charging stop, and that's it. When it locks, where's that lock position? There you go. Lock. So the oops. Yeah. What am I doing? Hey, what am I doing? Okay, there's the lock. Consider lock. But our EVC status shows here not ready, right? Charging method, basic ICCB, and connected. But the EVSE says not ready, right? So yeah, I'll wait for the reply and let's see. And then we'll get back to this vehicle because this is pretty interesting. Hey guys, so we're back with this Ioniq 6. So as you can see, we're in our wiring diagram. Um, Techline didn't say anything helpful. It says I have to check again the actuator for the lock. But last time we did was we tried to actuate it and it's locking, right? But we still have this signal on ground here, so we can double check that. Let's see, where's this guy? That's the inside. I know that I checked this part here. That's connected correctly. This guy, let's see, that's on top here. If you follow my mouse. But what I'm concerned is this guy here. This connection, this guy here. Maybe we have a poor contact or loose connection there. Because on our ICCB, that's the charger that comes with the vehicle, it's giving us an error code for a current leak, right? Um, that's why I guess it's locking and unlocking because the criteria was not met for it. So he doesn't want to charge just in case something happened, right? So I lift up our vehicle. I'm gonna remove our right rear tire and inspect that connection. And maybe we're gonna inspect also our this part here, this connection here, because we just have the lock and unlock, but this signal on ground, it could be there's some an issue here too, right? Because we know that from here the charger connector unlock relay and charger connector lock relay is working. We know that because we actuate it, right? Um, but something is not happy. That's why it's not locking and charging. So let me remove the tire and let's inspect it. Okay, so we remove our right rear wheel. I'm just gonna remove this cover here. It looks like we can access this one. I don't know what's this cover for. Maybe that connection. Oh, that's riveted. Looks like that's locked. Now let me remove the whole wheel liner. Yes, that's riveted there. Okay, so this guy is locked. Okay, but I'm gonna remove the whole wheel liner, and as we can see, the whole area here, right? Okay, so here's our right rear wheel area. Looks like everything is connected. Let's see this guy here. I can't remove that. Oh man. What? Why it's not moving? Why is not moving? Okay, let me open this door first. Alright guys, so I hook up our scope with the scan tool. So I'm connected on this number 2, the signal for the charger connector. Number 4, lock relay control. Number 5, unlock relay control. And this charging connector resistor, right? So, so the blue one, so I just move our charger so it's easier. The blue one, that's gonna be the charger resistor. Um, the red one, that's our signal. And then the yellow one, or what's that? No, the green, sorry. The green, that's gonna be our unlock. And the yellow, that's gonna be our lock. So, so I'm gonna plug in our charger. I'm just using our the charger that comes in with the vehicle. And then let's see our data here. What's gonna happen? Okay. And it says charging stop. Let's stop this here. What do we have? So once I plug that in, this is our the PD, and it switched to ground or something. Then 1.4. Yeah, 1.4. The same thing is um on our scan tool. Shows 1.4 there. On our, let me just see here. Red is our signal. There's a signal. What's the voltage on that one? It's 11. And then our yellow, that's the unlock. So he unlocked first, signal. Maybe that's the lock. Wait. Okay, so the green is lock. So he locked first. No. Green, yellow. So once our signal goes in, he tried to lock first and then unlock. So let me see here. That's our red signal for the charger connector. Once he sees that, the yellow locks. Well, I think something happened. And he unlocks right away. He unlocks right away. Okay. We're gonna go to that management here. We're gonna go to our VCMS, inlet drive function. Let's see what we have there. Okay. Let's play this. I'm gonna go inlet lock. Okay, that locks. Let's stop this first. So the yellow. Okay, that's good. The red, that's our signal for our charger connector. So that's working. Yellow. And then when I unlock it, let's play this again. Okay, so that's the inlet unlock. And let's stop it again. Green. And then that's the signal, red. Let me inlet lock again. Okay. Unlock. Lock. Unlock. And so far, signals are all the same. So I don't have to worry about that. But something is still I'm not charging this car. Let's go exit here. There's another, what's this IVD information? Oh, nothing. How about this electric charging system? Okay, we can try this electric vehicle charging system inspection. Open the hood. Okay. So we need to make it charge. So this one will not go through. Okay. Okay. So this one doesn't go through. Let's cancel that. How is IVD information? Okay, nothing. There's nothing there. What else can we do? I'm gonna try to plug in our charger again and see. Yeah. As soon as it unlocks right away. Is he seeing something? He's seeing he's seeing that there's something going on in this car. Let me just stop this. So what should we do next? Maybe I'm gonna try to probe these two fronts here because I don't see the signals from here going here. What's the other one is ground. This one. But we don't have an isolation code though, if it's shorted to ground or something like that. Okay, I'm gonna try to do inspection resistance of high voltage parts. Let me try this and see. What's this? This one measure installation resistance of high voltage components vehicle condition change. 5 condition. Set the inspection time for each. Okay. Let's press OK. 60 seconds test. So I'm just gonna wait. What this guy will say. Because what I'm thinking is the only thing that something is not happy here is once you plug in the charger going in. That's why we went to our communication. We can or the charger connector signal. It's gonna communicate, go into the VCMS, and from there, it's gonna think if everything is happy, everything is good, it's gonna charge. But I think I'm missing something here. That's what I'm missing here. Because I know for sure now that our lock and unlock is working normally. whatever the scantel is saying, the signals is the same. Okay, so there's I just did a press OK, and something stopped. So let me do it again. So 2 seconds. I'm on the high voltage battery first. Press OK. Okay, so our battery test measure the installation resistance value for the set time. Maximum is 3000 kilo ohms, minimum value is 3000 kilo ohms. And press OK to continue the next step of inspection. Okay? But it says test failure. Why? Let me scan this and see. Maybe we trigger a code doing something like that. What else can we test on this one? Maybe we can test this port here if shorted to ground or something like that. Okay. I got my meter there. Oops. Why I'm not seeing anything. I'm gonna go to the resistance here. 1.6 mega ohms. 1.6 mega ohms. Okay. How about this ground here? That's our ground there. This is our ground here, where we have good ground for that. So still don't know what's really going on in this thing. And the same thing, we don't have codes that triggered here. Yeah, there's no codes at all. Oh man. Hey guys, welcome back. We're back with this Ioniq 6 with the charging issue. And if you guys remember, because it's been a few days, I opened a tech line because I'm lost to on what's really going on this vehicle. Just to recap, we use our charger that comes with the vehicle and we get an error code 2. And as per the description, it's saying that it's a current leakage. And I thought that's going to be a charger issue. So we went to the level 2 charger and it's still the same thing. It's giving a system fault on the charger itself. So anyway, they told me that we're going to start with the lock actuator because I guess because of the code that we had. But we tried to actuate our lock actuator and it's locking and unlocking. So I'm still confused why they push through with this lock actuator. As per the tech line guy who was assigned to this case was when he was checking the recording, at the end of the recording, the lock and unlock was jumping around. And I told him that I already actuate this, so I don't think there's an issue with the circuit. And even we scope every circuit here, the 4 lines, and we don't see any dropouts there. And it's very consistent on what we're seeing in the current data. So anyway, we're gonna try this because this is pretty new fault for me. So it's either we're gonna try replacing something first and I guess do a process of elimination, which one. But in my opinion, I think that's why it's not locking or it's not charging is something on the signals that is not the computer is not happy, which is the VCMS, the module for the charger. Um, and also what else? So yeah, and we did our checking, visual check, everything is tight and everything. The only thing I didn't check was this power cable here that goes all the way to the rear inverter. I didn't check that. Maybe if still there's a fault, we're gonna check that. I think there's an access point at the back or the trunk area because I did one GV60 to replace the power cable and there was a mess. So anyway, there's just 2 screws that's holding this right at the bottom. So we're gonna remove that. We're gonna remove our connector here first. Okay, spin are good. And our release cable here. The emergency release cable. We're gonna remove this guy. Because I had an Ioniq 5 that came in. Because the customer on that one was, he cannot pull out the charger, right? It got stuck on the actuator. So anyway, it came in our shop. Even our actuator is not working. The vehicle still charges, right? So I don't think we have a problem with this one, but anyway, we're gonna do that. Because that's what they suggested. What's this? A Torx? Oh man. So it's using a Torx. Just give me a second. So what size is the Torx on this guy? Oops. Oh no, man. What size is this? It's too loose. That's too loose. But that's T15. I think it's using T20. But I already tried the T20. It's too big. I haven't seen a T17 or T18. But let's try this. Okay. This one there. Okay. Here's our lock actuator, the old one. Oh man. I'm just using a smaller magnet here. Okay, that's tight. I put our cable here and our connector. Okay. Oh man, I have to unlock our door first. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put this cable back on. Okay. That clicks. And then I'm just gonna put our bolts here. Okay, so before I put this all the way, all everything back together, we're gonna hook up our scan tool, then put our charger, and let's see if it works, and we'll see from there. Okay, so I'm gonna do a full system, or not full system scan, but whatever is related to the high voltage, and see if we have some codes first. Okay, so we got some. So we got proximity detection circuit high. That's another code. That's That's different. Circuit high. So it looks like that's unplugged or something like that. But let me save this. Go to DTC first, because that's a different code that we had last time. Because we really didn't dig farther on this our diagnosis last time. Um, is there a freeze frame? No freeze frame. So let me save this first. No save. I'm just gonna screenshot that. So we really didn't dig further on what's really going on this vehicle. I'm gonna erase that, and then let's go to our VCMS. I'm just gonna click all this one just to make some recording for this, guys. It says for proximity detection, so I have to check that. What's that proximity detection? Okay, let me grab our charger. I'm just gonna use our charger that comes in the vehicle. Okay. So here's my charger here. So I'm gonna plug this in. And we still have the fault. There's still a fault there. And I can still pull that out. Right? Okay. So now I have to go to our service information, look for that code. What's that code means, and we'll see. Okay, so I just went to our service information about that code. I think that's a induced fault, because that's the one when we were checking. I guess when we were checking that PD, so that's proximity detection on our harness. When we were checking last time, ignition on. I guess by unplugging it, it causes that code. It shows high resistance. Anyway, I'm gonna try to charge this again. You can hear that it locks and then unlocks. And we got here connected, right? It's charging stop. So And this PD, I think this is the one when this guy will plug it in and it detects that you got that connection. But we still have that error. So still not working, right? Let me see. I'm gonna save this and scan for codes again. Um, Stop. Because we still have that error on our charger. I wonder what error is this. Let's see. E2, same error code, E2. So that's not good. Still not working. So while charging this vehicle, we're gonna go inside the trunk. I just want to see that connection, that power cable going to our inverter. Okay, so we're in the trunk area. Here's our access cover. That's for our power cable to inverter. You know what? I think I can use a gun here. It's very confusing too because we don't have any codes. It's very unlikely. Okay, so here's our power cable. Looks like that's tight. Anything else in that at the back? Unless I'm gonna go to the VCMS, but that's under the carpet though. And there's no codes, that's the thing. You know what, just to cover my bases, to make sure, because they're gonna ask, check this, check that. So I'm just gonna go locate the VCMS on this vehicle. I know on the Ioniq 5, it's in the carpet, rear seat. I don't know with this Ioniq 6, but I think it's almost the same. And then we'll just check the connections in there, maybe try unplugging and plugging back in, and we'll see. So I just have to put our wheel liner and wheel, and then let's see. Okay, so after full system scan, there's still no codes. We can communicate with our modules here. Sam doesn't have, because I think it's not equipped with it. So I remove our seat cushion at the back, but I don't know for some reason why they put a cage here. I guess they don't want to let us access this. So we're gonna do some visual inspection by just squeezing our hands here for now and see if we have some abnormality here. Okay, so our VCMS is on here, this guy here at the bottom there. So far, I can see that it's connected. How about our grounds here? That's tight. Look, and all the yellow tabs, the second set of lock on the connectors on this hybrids or high voltage system is all in. But you know what? I'm gonna squeeze my hand here. I'm just gonna remove this connector on this PCMS and just visually check it. Okay, so it looks like our pins are okay. How about on our VCMS side? It looks like that's okay. All pins are there. There's no bend. And I don't know what's these two pins here. I don't know, maybe that's this design. I have to check that. That's why there's missing two pins there. I know some modules, they put all pins and the connector does have a missing pin, which is normal. So that's tight. This guy is tight. What else? This connection here. And that's connected. And the thing too is we don't have codes. That's the thing. And especially with this new technology that we have, the EV stuff, hybrid. Me, I personally rely on the codes. Because unlike the gasoline engines, right? Even though you don't have a code, but you can feel if the engine is not running well or something like that. So I unplugged that. Here's our ICCU here. This guy. This is our ICCU. I'm just making sure that all our connections are all tight there. The other module, I think that's our amplifier there. Yeah, so far everything is tight here. So by unplugging it, let's try again to charge it and see if it works now. Okay, so is gonna be my other attempt on charging this vehicle. Yeah, I heard that locks and unlock. And same thing, I got a fault here. E2. E2 fault. So now, to be continued, I'm gonna update the case again. I don't know what's gonna be the next process on this one. I don't know if we're gonna try to replace the cable, the power cable, but I really don't know. And now my cluster is showing now a battery warning light because it's too low now, so it needs to be charged. And we can clearly see also in our data, right? If there's a fault on these connections here, that our VCMS or our data won't show anything there. It won't detect anything, but we can see on our data last time that it's connected, but it's just not charging. Something is off, right? So I'll update you guys again. This is gonna be a long one. I don't know what's gonna be the next replacement on this car. Maybe a VCMS or something like that, or a power cable. But yeah, definitely there's something that's going on. Someone is not happy. That's why it's not charging. Alright guys, we're back with this Ioniq 6. Our VCMS came, so I'm gonna replace it. I didn't do the whole process of removing the seat, but we have to remove our cage, right? So just make sure that the cable that's attached to the cage, you have to remove that harness there, and also to remove this carpet. Let me remove this first so that you guys can see what I did. So this guy is like that, this guy is like that, so you cannot remove this or move the carpet aside without removing this part here. That's the outer edge of our power outlet and this guy. So I just pull the tabs there down, right? And then you can flip this on the other side so that you can access the bolt at the bottom, right? So let me move this aside again. We don't have to pull it out. So let's remove this connector here. I hope it fixes the problem on this guy. Okay, and then it just holds by 10 mm. So 3 nuts there. Okay. Called VCMS. We're gonna put our new one. Okay, so put our connector back on. What? Okay, let's lock. Put everything back together. And then we'll check our um, charger if it works now or not. Alright guys, so I got my charger here, just the level one. Let's see. And then I still have a fault code here, error 2. So still not fixed, guys. Hey guys, welcome back. So we got this Ioniq 6 back in our shop. Our part, I don't know if I mentioned it before, that technical assistance suggested to replace our ICCU. Mind you, this vehicle is very tricky because we don't have any codes, so we're trying to start with one part. I think that was the actuator for the, what do you call that, charging connector. Next, the VCMS. Now we're gonna replace the ICCU. So I just remove our seat cushion in here and the cage for it, where the seat cushion sits. And also every time servicing high voltage, I remove our negative battery, but in this case, because the 12 volts is so dead, I have to remove both cables and charge it. And then remove your interlock and then in the fuse box. Wait 5, 10, 15 minutes, and then you can remove your main connector at the bottom underneath the vehicle. The big connector there for the high voltage, and check for voltage. Make sure that it's less than 30 volts as per the service information, or it's good if you get 0 volts there in the connector, both high side, oh no, the connector going to your motor and the connection or the port on the battery, right? So now we got our ICCU. It came in because it was back order. I believe I did an ICCU too on an Ioniq 5 last time. We had an issue on that in our videos. Same thing, I tried to remove our coolant here at the bottom or the underneath the vehicle, try to drain it so that nothing much will be spilled in this area. But when I remove one connection there, just a little bit of coolant came off or came out. So there's no really point there. So we're gonna be doing this. I'm gonna remove my coolant later, um, so that I'm gonna try to do a quick swap, so that nothing much of coolant gonna be spilled on this area. And as the Ioniq 5, same location. The ICCU is underneath the seat, the second seat of the vehicle. So yeah, I'm just gonna start removing stuff, and let's get to it. Okay, so first we're on the other side of the ICCU. Um, we're just gonna start removing this connection. There's only two connection here. We got our power cable and one ground there. So just gonna remove that. Just removing that yellow tab. Okay, so just put that aside. Next will be our ground. 10 mm on the ground side. It's ground cable here. Okay. And then I'm just gonna remove the two bolts here for our mounting. It's 12 mm. Okay, nothing special there. I really hope that this one fixes this issue. And then we're gonna go on the other side. Okay. So the new ICCU came in with new ground cable here. So I'm gonna remove that. And our power cable here. This big orange cable. Okay. It clicks. And the second lock. That's it. Oh, the mounting bolt. Forget that. Okay. So that's done. So I'm gonna put everything back together and check our charging system, or our level 1 charger if this one takes charging now. Okay, moment of truth. Let's see this guy. Charger is on. I'm using our level 1. Let me just remove this cover. Okay, plug back. Oh man, still have an error code. Oh, it charged. Oh, but I don't know why it went. Um, there was a code, F2 or something like that. It was red. I saw it for a second, but now it's charging. That's very nice. I'm very happy. I'm very happy, and we can see there using a level 1, it takes you 82 hours to charge this. Obviously, we're gonna use our level 2 charger for this to charge it, but I'm gonna hook up our scan tool, and I will show you when that CP duty cycle or CP voltage, when there's a communication between the charger and the vehicle. Okay, so here's our current data on our scan tool. CP voltage, CP duty, um, yeah, high voltage, power transfer type, that's an AC, and it's just a basic charging, right? So I'm gonna remove this first. Oh, let me unlock it first. Unlock the guy. Okay, and you can see the change there. PD voltage at 4.4 volts, our CP voltage at 0, right? Now I'm gonna plug in our level 1 with a basic charger. It went to 9 volts, PD at 1.4, and now our CP voltage holds at 5.9. Last time we just get a spike and then it just cuts off right away. Now since we know right now that it's charging, um, I don't know what can we see on the ICCU, because that's the last component that we replace. If we can check something there, so that next time, even though we don't have a code, we can see what's what can we check on the data that um, can give us a clue. But obviously, this one is a working ICCU now, or unless there's just a leakage, because the way I see it, every time I plug that back level 1 charger, we get an error code 2, which is a voltage leakage or a current leakage, right? um, I'm not sure if I have a data for the ICCU before. I'm not sure with that, so I'm just gonna record this, right, for my own reference. If I can find that um, recording from previous one with the faulty ICCU and just compare, and I will let you know if I find something, if I have that recording before. If not, I'm happy that it's fixed now. Obviously, because we removed that coolant line, I'm gonna run a coolant water pump for the coolant system, right? So I'm gonna run that electric water pump, make sure I top up the fluid, and yeah, that's it. I'm happy with this. So I will let you know if I got that recording on the ICCU on the previous um, part. Alright guys, before I end this video, um, I'm here on our um, company's charger level 2. So let's try this again. I just want to make sure level 2 is working normally. I'm gonna plug it in. I have to remove this guy. Okay, CP voltage at 9 volts, and now it goes to 6 volts. AC charging. Of BC status is charging, so that's good. I didn't find the ICCU recording. I guess I didn't record that last time when we were trying to figure this out, what's really wrong with this vehicle. Um, so there you go, guys. It's very unusual to have this issue that there's no codes, and we just have to, what do you call that? Try another module, which one is the failure. And sometimes it's gonna be, especially if the vehicle is out of warranty, that's gonna be very, very expensive, until maybe they're gonna give us a clue when, no charging, situation happens, at least there's a codes or something like that. But I'm still puzzled about it because I'm expecting that it should be very, very sensitive in this type of technology. If nothing is charging, it should give us a code or something like that, at least a clue where to go, what's the direction. And maybe the information later on, if this EV technology will be pushed through along in the future, um, maybe there's going to be a guidelines what to check on every module and something happens if they can provide a code for it, and it could be, and it will be helpful if a technician will be working on a vehicle, right? So anyway, I'm happy that it's fixed now, it's charging. So yeah, and not much of the removal process and how I got there in the ICCU, but I hope you guys enjoyed that very lengthy video on checking this stuff. And we did some basic checks, make sure everything was working. It's just very rare that we don't have any codes for this vehicle. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you next time. Thank you for watching.